Greetings, everyone. I hope you're doing fantastic on this beautiful Friday, wherever you are. I'm here with my husband, Brandon, and as you may know, this is Chelsea, as in I am Chelsea, and we are Bounded Peace. Today, we're going to be talking about relationships and different relationship dynamics. As you may know, Brandon and I support everyone loving whoever they want to love. As long as it's consensual and no one is being harmed. With Brandon and I, relationship dynamic, a lot of people may call it, what would you say, a more open relationship, but not at the standards of what people call an open relationship. Like, we are only commit with each other, but we have a transparent dynamic to where we don't shy away from telling each other things that, maybe normal spouses don't want to hear, or we don't mind the taboo. um I'll let you expand a little bit on that and what that's and how you perceive that for our relationship, and it kind of be interesting to hear you saying and expressing in your words what exactly is the dynamic of our relationship.
The behavioral patterns that we have and the common interests and ways that we interact with each other as a couple are different from what majority relationships would perceive as normal or traditional, the all-American monogamous relationship.
And monogamy means basically just two parties, just one individual, another individual. And the opposite of that, which is polygamy, is more than two individuals. Or actually, it's three individuals, and then they have like four individuals, five, six. You can be in a relationship with as many people as you want. You can be in as many separate relationships, as many people as you want. I mean, the possibilities are endless, and it's so interesting because it wasn't until adulthood when I even realized that there were all these different relationship dynamics. And I'm telling you, you never believe. Um, I think it's unfortunate that a lot of people get into the monogamous traditional relationships and then they don't last, because in reality, it's just not in their nature to be what they're trying to conform. A lot of us are trying to conform to ideals that make no sense to our bodies, make no sense to our souls, our spirits. It doesn't align with what our ancestors did. I mean, just a lot of different variables when we discuss this.
Now, are we polygamous? The answer is yes and no. We are not polygamous in the way of getting into a full-blown relationship with another individual. To better word that, adding a third person to the relationship as a commitment.
And when we say yes, we're polygamous, we're saying yes to being open minded about things, and we're saying yes to allowing each other to grow and to evolve into different people. And within these different people that we're going to evolve with, we try to be as realistic as possible and give space for that to happen, because I've always felt that I don't want to be in a relationship, and the person that I'm in a relationship with and I decided to spend my life with, I don't want them having all these things that they wish that they'd done or they wish that they could do in the back of their head. It's just something about me. I'd rather you tell me and that I know, so that I know you can kind of more really bring me into your world, really. I think it brings us closer, and we are closer regardless of the things that we've gone through because of it. And it's not easy to realize, I guess, because of the societal pressures of like and things like greed and envy and jealousy. the lower vibrational, frequencies. When you think about it, nobody's yours. We're all our own individual. So I feel as though while we're here, we have this life to live, and we have all these things to go through in this life. Why get into a relationship where it's going to make life harder, or where you have to shy away from who you really are? I feel as though we've gone through enough turmoil in life up until it's time for us to get into these committed relationships, for us to continue to live a life that others want us to live. With that being said, bringing it into context, if I came to you and said, I want to get a husband or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a wife, what is your response to me, and what was the last conversation that we had pertaining to this? What is your answer? Because I know a lot of people want to know.
Yeah, so it's all about transparency and honesty and being able to embrace yourself as an individual and be your own person. So what I've always asked for is just be honest with whatever you want to do, because everybody needs to know what's going on, exactly what's going on, to avoid any drama or confusion.
And you'll see a lot in the media just around you about infidelity issues, and I always think, instead of being in a relationship where you have to cheat, or you feel that you need to cheat, or whatever the reason may be, why don't you find or gravitate towards the people that want the same dynamic as you? And I'm not saying you meet a person and they want to be in an open relationship, but they don't allow you. No, it has to be equal. It has to be mutual, a mutual thing, in order for it to go smoothly. When things become imbalanced and, oh, well, this person is allowed this and that person isn't, I think there's just a lot of, that causes a lot of issues. I believe that because the main one of the main reasons why I started this channel is to keep young families together, because me and Brandon know one-on-one what it's like, the whole experience of growing up in a broken home, and how that affects your psyche in completely different ways. So I really want to emphasize the importance of everyone understanding that they don't have to be in a situation like their counterparts, or like their neighbors, or like what their parents did. Or you do what's best for you. You do what feels right for you, and you grow within yourself, and you stay tuned to who you truly are. I believe that those people that are for you, that will treat you how you want to be treated, vice versa, will gravitate towards you. They're out there. I know plenty of people. I know plenty of forums. I know plenty of communities that are extremely open to different and alternative lifestyles. It's just that you have to be open to getting uncomfortable in a way.
And there's always going to be someone that's on the same frequency level as you. So with that being said, don't go wasting anyone's time. That if you're polygamous and you know you're polygamous, don't go messing with somebody that's monogamous and you know that's what they want. I had someone ask me recently, are y'all a package deal? I answered yes. I also had someone ask me details about our relationship, and if we do separate relationships or do we do them together. And it's something that we would have to talk about, but at the end of the day, what's important is communication.
And just learning about this information right now. Speaking of communication, who said this? Let me fill me in. Who asked this? Cause you ain't tell me this one.
Yes, on this dating app called Bumble. This girl actually, I got pictures of me and my wife all together, and I got poly and all that shit in the bio, right? So this one girl asked, "Are y'all package deal?" I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Oh, okay," and then she unmatched me.
That's unfortunate for her. Fortunate for us. What a loser, right? No. We're not being rude. But yeah, I just learned that women are intimidated by like dynamics like this. That's why it's hard, I think, to, you know, hang out with other women in that, friends with benefits vibes, because that's really what the basis of where we're going at if we decide to invite a woman, which we've had tried to invite women, and it just doesn't go the way expected. It's either they just want him. I think it's been they either want him, they ended up bailing, or I don't know what the issue is, not to, assume on their behalf. But I was in a Twitter space recently, maybe a month ago. Recently to me could be any time between like 5 minutes ago and like 3 years ago. But she suggested something to me that I really didn't think about. She said how she's been in situations where like the guy is pressuring the woman, and I'm only saying guy and woman because that's what me and Brandon go by. He goes by him pronouns, and I go by, and it all flops with me. I go by mostly she, but you can say they, whatever. But I go by she, her, for the most part. Anyway, she said that guys pressure their girls to like do like threesomes and stuff like that, and the girl like usually doesn't want to do it or might not want to do it as much as him. So girls have been in, when asked by the guy, that the woman being asked may think that the guy's trying to be funny or just trying to be low down. So previously we were trying to get him to reach out to the women, and I think it's just giving that vibe. It's giving the vibe, I want you to myself, sir, or just some funny stuff. And I recently said, maybe we need to just talk to older women, like 30 and up, because I don't know what's up with women my age. I don't know what it is. But I just want to have fun, and that's my thing. I'm not trying to be, get into nothing serious with someone else, because I know my energy and I know myself, and I know that just having enough energy to myself, or just having to share my energy with my husband and my son, is already enough. It's already too much, if we want to be quite honest. So I just cannot imagine being in a full-time relationship with bringing this other person in. Who knows? It might make life easier. You never know. We're just open. That's what we mean by open relationship. Simply put, we're open to brand new ideas. We're open to evolution. We don't set what we perceive it to be, these extremely harsh standards. I mean, you can't look another person's way until we die. And then we don't know what really happens when we die. You know what I'm saying? We have all these theories, but it's like, damn, when we die, will we, we don't want to live with regret at the end of our life. So, that's what I'm on. I've been through enough. I want to have fun. That's basically the motto for life. I want to do what I want to do now. I did all the work. I went through all the bullshit, I went through all the trauma. I went through all the obstacles, the turmoils, everything for my testimony. Yeah.
FYI, I do tell my wife everything. The only reason I didn't mention a girl from Bumble is because she obviously wasn't interested after I said, yeah, it was a package deal.
But you still didn't communicate that. Isn't that right, guys?
Okay, I didn't communicate that, but I didn't feel like it was nothing to mention. If she was interested, yeah, of course I would have brought it to her. So what's valuable here is being comfortable in your own skin and knowing what you want and being expressive about that and being with someone who understands completely and embraces you for who you are and allows you to embrace yourself.
So what we're saying here is before you decide to commit yourself to anyone or anyone's, commit to yourself. Seriously, it sounds like such a cliche, guys, but you have to first commit to yourself. You have to first knock down those barriers of what other people want you to be or how you are worried about other people perceiving you. It's not about that. It's really diving in to your mind, your soul, the essence of who you are, and realizing what it is that you want. I like to say, to figure that out, take some time to be alone. No phone, no technology. Allow yourself to reach a focal point or be able to connect to something that allows your mind to open up and to expand and to see yourself in a way where you have no restrictions. Imagine yourself in a world where you dictate how it goes. How would you look? What type of decisions would you make? How would you feel? What would you want? What would you expect? How do you want things to go? If nobody else had any type of say so or dictation of how you went about life. So the homework for this podcast, and I want to try to give you guys a little bit of takeaways. So recently I thought of this great idea of doing a Q&A video of some questions that you guys want to ask us. Just about anything is all. Nothing is really off limits with us. We're pretty much open books. So whether it's questions about this episode, questions about previous episodes, questions about topics that you guys would like us to share, any concerns, let us know in the comments. You can follow us at Bounded Peace on Instagram. That's BOUNDED, Bounded Peace. PEACE, all of that together. Thank you guys.
So please love yourself before you love anybody else. If you made it this far in the video, like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can get notifications next time we drop.